It should never take more than 2 months to fire anybody at work. If it does, you are doing it wrong. This is an article in Fortune about how to handle underperforming employees from HR executives. It's not even necessary. Now, I understand that people haven't written people up before, they haven't fired people before, and they don't know how to do this. So I'm gonna go over it in the most basic form and fashion for everybody that might be new to this. If you're a first-time manager, if you're an employee that you just wanna see how this works, this is the way that it works. You're supposed to train someone to be able to perform the job by their job description. If you haven't, or if you write them up, they're gonna let you know about this when you write them up, and they'll say it's your fault. But make sure the person is properly trained. Okay, now we're gonna go on to the steps of disciplining somebody. You're going to set a meeting on your calendar to have them come in and sit down. You're gonna do this because you have to prepare in advance. The most simple document can be made in Microsoft Word, and you can call it a verbal warning form. And in the verbal warning form, all you're going to put is, Bob, you are doing great at A, B, and C. Continue that. You are struggling at D, E, and F, and that is causing this within the company. This is the effect of what you failing to perform these duties have done. Next little section, this is the plan of action to get you back on track. Now, watch this. You're going to book this for no more. While they are sitting in the room, you're going to book this for no more than 30 days from that date. Why? Because it's your job as the leader to help them go and do everything possible to be successful within those 30 days. And trust me, company leadership is going to see if you can turn people around and get them going rather than just get them out the door. It's called coaching up or coaching out. So some of these people, you have the responsibility to coach up. Because not everybody is a C player. Not everybody is a piece of garbage, right? There are going to be employees that you can put work into and they'll rise to the occasion that are just struggling, okay? So that's your verbal warning form. And you're going to be responsible as a leader to meet with that person in 30 days on that calendar invite. And you have to meet with them whether they're doing bad or if they're doing good. Because can you imagine, especially if you're dealing with analytical people, guys, that you sit down with someone and write them up and then you don't follow up and they're just sweating it for 30 days and you never tell them they're doing better. You can't do that. You have a responsibility to meet with them again. So what you're going to do is you're going to schedule that follow-up meeting again. You're going to come back, and at that time, you're going to have one of two things ready. You're going to have one thing ready to say, you know what, Bob, you are doing great. You really turned things around. Keep it up. Let's meet on a monthly basis for the next 3 months to make sure that everything is good, but you're in good standing with me. Keep it up. I really appreciate the effort and the turnaround. Or two, at this point in that 30 days, then you're going to get the written warning form ready. And the written warning form says, I talked to you about these issues, you've had 30 days to correct them, and you haven't. So this is a serious situation where we've addressed issues and you haven't made the necessary efforts to correct, or you don't have the ability to correct. Same format you just did, and the next thing is going to be, this is the formula again in order to fix this. Okay, next step forward. So you've given them 30 days to fix, they haven't fixed, you're going to schedule a meeting for 2 weeks forward to that date, right with them in your presence. You're going to say, okay, today is Monday. 2 Mondays from now, we're going to meet and revisit this. This has to be corrected immediately. You've got 2 weeks to fix this. When they come back in that 2 weeks, if they've made a giant turnaround and they can fix it, then you can coach them up. Otherwise, that 2 week meeting is their termination meeting, guys. And you get together and you say, okay, you know, hey, I know that we've had several discussions about these things that have been working, not been working, and people make termination this giant event in their head. All you have to say in this meeting is, you weren't able to meet the objectives that we laid out for you. This didn't turn out to be a good fit for you, and it didn't turn out to be a good fit for us. And we wish you the best, but today we're going to release you from employment with our company, and we're going to let you go. That's all it has to be. Here's your last check, here's your vacation hours, and we wish you the best in finding an employment that fits you better. That's all it needs to be. So there doesn't need to be a whole lot of anxiety that you build up in yourself about it. You're simply giving them the opportunity to fix stuff, and this whole process, if you watched it from start to finish, only took 2 months. You can have somebody out the door, or you can have them coached back up onto a good path. There's no reason for PIPs. There's no for performance enhancement programs. There's no reason for any of it. They get a verbal, they get a written, and then they get out the door, or you coach them back up. And you'll know very clearly from their actions which one you're supposed to work towards. Let me know if this has worked for you guys in the past, or if you have a better way to write people up, or you know, if you think this is wrong, let me know that as well.